Hello everyone, I hope you all are good, doing well. So today we are here with another theme, and the theme of today's lecture that is 23rd of Jan 2025. Today we are going to cover one of the important topic with respect to our UPSC as well as PCS examination. The theme of today's lecture is National Health Mission and National Family Health Survey 5. So the report has sixth is also about, like, the discussion about the sixth report is in the news, but it has not been published fully. So once it will be published, we will use the data of National Family Health Survey 6. But till now we can use the fifth report also. So this lecture is presented by me. My name is Shama. So first of all, like every time and again, I emphasize that we should look after the relevance whatever we are reading with respect to our examination. So here we can connect this both topic with respect to GS paper 2 as well as GS paper 3. If I talk about the prelim section, there we can use that there are a lot of policy which we are, or a scheme which government has started with respect to public health and social justice, governance and health policies. We have seen time and again in prelims UPSC has asked question from this kind of a scheme. If I talk about in terms of essay writing, we can see the role of health scheme in inclusive growth and gender equality and development. So let's see how we can integrate National Health Mission with National Family Health Survey. So here we can we know that National Health Mission is something which has certain data, which has certain target, and they want to achieve it. And National Family Health Survey report is something they are providing the data with respect to whatever has been achieved. So here we can see National Health Mission Janni Suraksha Yojana, which is addressing maternal mortality, and this maternal mortality is being tracked by National Family Health Survey. So this is how we can see that we can connect this both the topic and its relevance we can also see. In policy and governance, we can see key to tracking India's progress with respect to Sustainable Development Goal 3, that is good health and well-being. So then our first thing, like I have separated both the National Health Family and National Health Mission and National Family Health Survey 5 report, and then at the end we are going to integrate also both of them. So if I talk with respect to National Health Mission, the scheme has been launched by government in the year 2013 with the aim to provide accessible, affordable and quality healthcare to all, and especially to the vulnerable group. Apart from that, like, it has combined National Rural Health Mission and National Urban Health Mission. Under this National Health Mission, there are three main components that we have to look. The first we can see health system is strengthening. We have the second as reproductive, maternal, neonatal, child and adolescent health, and the third is communicable and non-communicable disease. So here I have provided you the goal. I won't ask you to remember, nor I expect any one of us humanly it's possible to remember each and every goal of National Health Mission. But what we can remember, if the goal or if any report with respect to maternal mortality rate, IMR like infant mortality rate, or TFR that is total fertility rate, if the report is being in a news and the new report is provided, be it in your economic survey or be it in your budget, if the theme or the new goal has been provided, I request you to keep in mind. So here I am not going to read the whole thing here. Like, important point which we can see, like the aim of National Health Mission with respect to maternal mortality rate to 1 by 1000 live births. And if I talk about the infant mortality rate, that is 25 by 1000 live births, and total fertility rate they want to reduce to 2.1. And apart from that, we are trying to reduce the anemia in women. We are trying to reduce mortality and morbidity from communicable, non-communicable diseases. We are also like having a goal in order to reduce the household out-of-pocket expenditure on total healthcare expenditure. Like, we see India's household out-of-pocket expenditure as per WHO, World Health Organization, it is around more than 65%. So next we can see, like, we have to reduce incidence of mortality from TB, and apart from that we can also look after the, like, we have to reduce the cases of malaria. We have to decrease the Kala-Azar elimination we have to do. So these are the goal which has been put under the National Health Mission. So the next point which we are seeing here with respect to our with respect to this, like, what we can see, wait a second. Like the first thing which we are seeing here, that is national Janni Shishu Suraksha Karyakram. So under this JSSK, what government has decided, like whatever expense is being incurred by the woman while giving, if the woman is providing, or if the woman is having institutional birth, so the like they need not to face any, like they need not to pay any expense or any amount to government, if they are if the pregnant woman is delivering in public health institution. Apart from that, we can see the next scheme here, that is राष्ट्रीय बाल स्वास्थ्य कार्यक्रम. So here we can see child health program focusing on early detection and intervention for birth defects or disease or deficiency. The next point here which we can see, that is implementation of free drugs and free diagnostic service initiative. Provision for essential medicines and diagnostic center at a public health has been provided under this. Next point we can see PM National Dialysis Program. So like what we are trying to do, like we are trying to improve the we are trying to improve the quality of dialysis and making it at a affordable rate under this. And next we can see Ayushman Bharat, that the scheme is launched in the year 2018 and it is a flagship program of the Government of India in line with the recommendation of National Health Policy. So what and the like they want to do, what they want to they have their aim or vision is for universal health coverage. So here we can see the like Ayushman Bharat, like why I am specifying this scheme, and I'll see you cannot remember each and every scheme while your preparation, and it is humanly not possible even. So whatever scheme if you are seeing that's being in an economic survey, or that's being in quite time in a news, or it come and like in budget of government, under the budget of government, if there are certain scheme which has been explained or talked about, so you have to just look after those scheme, and you have to be very cautious with respect to that scheme. Just you have to remember like what is a scheme about, you have to remember who is the implementing agency for that. So these are important point with respect to a scheme, because it's not only the prelims examination but even in mains the key component of the scheme has been asked. I remember, I think it's in BPSC, the question was with respect to smart city mission. So like you have to know these schemes which are being in a news and having a positive impact and being quite time, like it has helped in improvement of India's overall outlook. So you have to keep this scheme in your mind. So next we are seeing Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Here we know that it's aimed to provide health coverage up to 5 lakh per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization, and somehow it's benefiting over 10 crore vulnerable family. So the next point which we can see here, that is the National Health Mission challenges. So no doubt there are certain achievement of it. I haven't mentioned, but I request you to read about its achievement also, and if the topic remain in news, I will cover that also. So the first challenge which we can see here, that is healthcare infrastructure. So we have to provide the healthcare infrastructure not only in an urban area but also in a remote area, and we have to provide infrastructure facility or healthcare services to the tribal region also. Next we can see human resources. So we have seen during COVID time, we have seen the shortage of healthcare professional, doctors, nurse, and it is still there if I talk in terms of in terms of India. Health financing, like we can see ensuring adequate funding with respect to National Health Mission in order to promote financial sustainability through innovative financing mechanism. Quality of care is what we need to provide, improve clinical skill. We have to implement standards and protocol. Next we can see health information system, like we are strengthening health information system for better data collection, analysis and monitoring health indicator for evidence based decision making. So now the next point which we are covering here, this is the next theme, and the theme is National Family Health Survey. So this National Health Family Survey is a large scale multi-round survey conducted in a representative sample of household throughout India. And the most important thing which you have to remember, like who conduct this. So Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has designated IIPS, that is International Institute for Population, as a nodal agency for providing coordinating and technical guidance for the survey. So you have to remember this body, that is IIPS, that is International Institute for Population. There is a high chance the question can be asked like who is the implementing agency of National Family Health Survey. The next, if I like, here we can see they are like it includes some new topic with respect to the fifth report, like preschool education, disability, access to toilet facility, death registration, bathing practice during menstruation, and method and reason for abortion. Like with if I give you certain quick current information, like if I talk about the National Family Health Survey report 6, so the debate is on the disability issue. Like they have tried to manipulate, or they have tried to give in the different definition with respect to disability, and which has been a matter of a concern. So once it will be on the surface, we will look after that also. If I talk about the key finding of National Health Family Report, I won't request you to remember each and every word, but here you can just like there is a one more point which I would like to give you, which I would like to add here, like the funding. If I talk about the National Family Health Survey, so it is provided by USAID, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, UNICEF, UNFPA, and Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So these are the body which help in providing funding with respect to conducting this survey. So now here we can see the report which we are talking. The first report key finding, we can see the sex ratio. So as per this report, it is shown that 1020 women for 1000 men in a country in 2019 to 2021. But there are certain states which we will see the sex ratio is not adequate, like we can see with respect to UP, we can see with respect to Haryana, we can see with respect to Punjab even. So sex ratio at birth, even if we talk about, then for the first time we have seen 1020 adult women per 1000 men, and the same the data if I talk about this Bimaru state especially, that is Bihar, if I talk about MP, if I talk about UP, so their data is not up to the mark. If I talk about the total fertility rate, so we can see that it has came down, and like what we have decided, that is TFR to be 2. But it has been not at present. If we can see in a rural area it is 2.1, and in urban area it has gone below the replacement level also. So the next point, we can see child nutrition here. So if I talk about the child nutrition, we can see there is certain improvement at all India level, that is an improvement in stunting, wasting, and underweight. So this kind of a data has been already asked. So you have to remember this, like the stunting has reduced from 38 to 36%, wasting has reduced to 21 to 19%. So that is the reason I have mentioned this data here also. If I talk about the anemia, like the incidence of anemia is not improving much, and it is a matter of a concern for government also. Apart from Kerala, all the states are in the severe category. Immunization program, full immunization program has been done, and there is an improvement from 62% to 76% at all India level. Next, institutional birth has also increased from 69 to 89% at all India rate, and there are 100% of institutional delivery when we talk Pondicherry and Tamil Nadu, and more than 90% in 7 states also. So the next we are going to see, that is National Health role in National Family Health Survey progress. So what we can see, the National Health Initiative, I already said they have a certain goal, they have a certain mission, and the survey is nothing, it is just they have to provide the data whether they have achieved something or not. So we can see the example here again. Mission Indradhanush is improving what? Immunization rate. So the immunization rate is being the data is connected by National Family Health Survey. So Janni Suraksha Yojana, they are trying to increase the institutional delivery, and the data related to that is being conducted by National Family Health Survey. So this is how we can see the connection in both. If I talk about the future roadmap, what we have to do, we have to strengthen our digital health infrastructure. We have to enhance public-private partnership. We have to enhance our infrastructure. We have to enhance, like we have to create awareness also. We have to focus on tribal and remote area. Scale up mental health initiative also, because we have seen time and again this mental health related topic is never been on the surface, be it at a government level and be it at a home level. Like people normally in general think there is a nothing like a mental health issue. So we have to put this topic and we have to bring this topic on the surface, and we have to discuss on this also. So now here we can see National Health Mission is a transformative initiative in Indian healthcare, and so we have to collaborate among key stakeholder is a key. So this is how, like this is like I'm ending this topic here. I hope you have understood here what I try to understand, and how you can connect both the topic, and where you can use in your further you can use in your while writing mains, and while solving your prelims question paper. So that's all from my side. Hope to see you soon. Till then, take care and have a good day. Thank you.